Forgiveness is about letting go of the past, understanding and moving on. It's about taking care of your own mental health and setting yourself free. Today, we bring you a story of a boy that was thrown away by his own parents because he was disabled. This happened when he was a baby. Later, he was taken in by his grandfather because he did not think that what his parents had done was right. This is him. He is called Patrick. This is his grandfather that raised him. He is called Evariste, a parent to Patrick's father. This young boy says that he will never forgive his parents because of what they did to him, and he says that he does not want to even look at their faces. From the time that he was thrown away, he was living with his grandfather, and life has never been easy at all for them because there came a time when he had to start going to school. This was quite a distance from where they lived, and this old man had to carry him all the way to school in the morning, and after classes he had to go to school and carry him back home. This was very tiresome, but they had no choice since they could not afford a wheelchair. He grew up and he now goes to school by himself. He has to crawl to school and back home each and every day. According to him, this is very difficult and makes his life even more complicated. Surprisingly, he gets the best grades in his class. Evariste says that Patrick is always in regret, so lonely, and sometimes he hides away from people and keeps crying. He hardly believed what his own parents did to him. His grandfather thought that he was old enough and he deserved to know the truth, and this is why he told him. Patrick says that he is able to perform well in class because it is his body that is disabled and his head works absolutely fine. This is why he wants to continue with his studies, and this old man agrees with him 100% because he knows how determined and hardworking he is. When his parents realized that Patrick was still alive, they all felt guilty. They never came to see or even speak to him. It is very hard for such parents to even explain why they threw him away willingly in the first place. Evariste says that they keep fighting each other and they hardly agree on anything. We visited Patrick today so that his story can be told to the world. This is the only way that they expect to help him afford a wheelchair, because it will make his life even more easier than it is today because he has been in a lot of pain. Evariste says that it was one morning when his son woke up and went to the city. He went to work because he had failed to find a job in this village. That's how his son moved and he started living alone, but they used to talk on the phone most of the time. A few months later, his son called him and invited him to a wedding. Evariste was happy now that his son was going to get married and become a father and a husband at the same time. He attended the ceremony and came back home the following day. His daughter-in-law got pregnant and they were too happy, waiting for their first child. By then, everything was absolutely fine until one day that everything changed and he did not see this coming, according to what he says. When they gave birth to a child, he unfortunately turned out to be disabled. They were all not happy about this and they tried seeking for advice from friends and family because they seemed like they did not know what to do. The baby's fingers were disabled, the legs too were mysterious. He had a posture that they had never seen before. They were told by people that this child was not going to be of any use in the future, and all he was going to do was to tire them for the rest of their lives. It is unbelievable, but his parents decided to throw him away because they could not get the nerve to kill him. They believed that maybe someone would be kind enough to pick him, take care of him, or even take him to an orphanage. Suddenly, Evariste came across this baby. The old man had come to the city to visit his son and his new family as well. While he was on the way, he found a lot of people gathered at a baby that was abandoned. He also came to check it out, and one look at it, he noticed that this was his grandson because he had seen him before. He therefore decided to carry him home and take care of him by himself. It was obvious that his parents were not at all interested in having him as their son at all, and this is when he brought the boy to this village and took care of him like his own. It was harder than he thought it would be, but he had no other option because he was determined enough to do whatever it takes to take care of this baby. He started growing up, and he was one with a lot of joy and positivity. Time came and he was supposed to go to school. He could not walk there at all, and it was quite a distance, so this old man decided to carry him there each and every day. He did this in the morning and brought him back home later in the evening after classes. This happened for a long time until he grew up. His grandfather couldn't carry him to school anymore, and he now has to crawl to school by himself each and every day. It is a very long distance, it is so tiresome and makes him slow, but he has to still do this. When he grew up, the old man thought that it was now a good idea to tell Patrick about his parents because he kept asking about them during his childhood. Evariste could hardly tell him anything, but now he did.
Uyu mwana uburyo yababaye yararakaye yarashavuye ahubwo usanga yicaye agatete uko akibaza.
He told him the whole truth from where it all started. This hurt Patrick more than anything ever did. He started crying endlessly. He now wanted to be alone and hated everything and everyone. He did this for a very long time. According to Evariste, this boy always wanted to be alone. It took him a long time to understand and get over it. A few weeks later, he said that he will never forgive his parents for this. He had a lot of hate within him, but Evariste always tries all he can to help him become a better person each and every day. At school, he is the most intelligent student in his class. It has been very difficult for him because he has to wake up early in the morning each and every day so that he doesn't miss lessons. He crawls on the ground like this so slowly and takes him a lot of time. He is now requesting for help so that he can be able to afford a wheelchair, and he believes that this will ease his life, and it is this that he needs a lot more than anything. The funds that will help Patrick get a wheelchair will be donated via GoFundMe. A link that is in the description of this video and pinned in the topmost comment by Afrimax English. Thank you for watching. My name is Prince. This is Afrimax English. Do not forget to subscribe.